Welcome, welcome guys for another daily cast here. Uh, we had an unfortunate first game to cast, but we will have possibly a longer one this time. Just checking. Okay, everything's in place. So we have Penny, Julian against Widderson and Booboy. And so let's see. We missed wave one, but we do have the Nightmare start from Penny. We do have Julian with the Flower start. Going for a Polywog here. That should be able to hold, right? Oh wait, that's a Snell, so that might change things. Oh wait, there. Okay, he added also the Sky Queen, the Harpy behind, so it should be a hold. Harpy allows you to kill some of those, reducing the damage the flower receives, giving it more time. So it will be a hold. We do have Gate double Gargoyle start from Widderson. Pretty solid start, vulnerable on wave 4, but he has the Elite Archer if he so decides so. Booboy, on his part, is going for the Zoo start. And already we see the high worker count enabled by those starts. Julian at 6 worker with the flower, pretty classic. He just needs to be careful to have an answer on wave 6. And looking at what he has, probably looking towards the canopy. Okay, so that's why I didn't see it, because it's invisible. Wow, okay. Sorry for the spectator bugs. um, we do have the veteran to protect Booboy, so that's pretty standard. And pretty rare that you manage to get that with the 5 worker. We do have also Widderson. Wait, why do you put that here? Oh, he's preparing. Wait, is he preparing the Elite Archer here? Wait, I'm not familiar with that positioning, to be honest, but it should be a preparation for an Elite Archer. But we do have here the veteran tanking most of the wave. The lizard will be in a trouble for the Zeus, but should be fine. We do have Penny doing a Penny leak. But it was a lizard snail, so it was to be expected with a nightmare start. We do have both parties here, Widderson and Booboy holding. 7 workers on Booboy, taking the lead in the workers. The rest of the players are staying safe, so Julian maybe not looking towards the canopy. Is he looking towards the Holy Avengers here? It could be a very a very good possibility here. So let's see. He does have 30 income. He will receive a 90. Oh no, he's looking towards the Sky Queen. Okay. Well, that's a good single target damage if he has a decent front line. And with this flower on wave 5, is it possible? Okay, so it might it might mean that he will shift on wave 5, showing that. So let's see what it will be. We're just still sitting on a lot of lithium, so it might be a lot of things. We do have folking up some Tububoy here from Julian. And so, will it punish? So it was a lead archer. It was correctly, so it was positioning for lead archer. We do have the summon here from the Gate Guard, very coming clutch. We do have the lead archer now tanking, and should be able to clear that, or very close. There's only the brute remaining. Slower attack speed, and it is the brute winning here. Very small leak here from Widderson, but now he is able to get a free wave 5 hold because of that. He didn't show the elite archer, so this means that he prevented a send on wave 5, which would have been very tragic for him. We do have the resend here from Penny though, and so it might speak some troubles here from Widderson. He only needs to shift exactly the right amount for the Harbinger, or he can go for the Seraphim here to support. Let's see what he decides to do. Julian, what do you decide to do? 2 Seraphins, so this will be enough to hold wave 5. The Drakes could snipe one of the Seraphins, to be honest, so let's focus on that. And no, wait, what's going on here? Is the Scorpion King attacking the Seraphim? It was. Wow, okay. So extended fangs for the the Scorpion King. But now the Drake 1v1 with the Sky Queen, it should be the Drake going through. Looking at Penny here, he does have the cat and the nightmare sharing aggro, killing the dino. So we have the Drake coming through here. Will we see Penny holding here? With this aggro, I would say yes. So very good for them. They will be able to hold the middle as well. If the Nightmare is not tanking. And with this positioning, the cat will tank the Drake, and this is a perfect scenario for Penny. And we will see a hold in the middle covering for Julian. So 8 workers apiece for Penny and Julian, but Widderson and Booboy does stick at 9 workers each. So worker advantage definitely on Widder and Booboy, but the resends here might change some things. Julian not pushing as much because he knows that Flower is quite weak here. But he knows that he's quite weak on 7 as well with those two Devilfish. So it will be all on Penny. Penny's not pushing as much because he has the Hardened Monument that we didn't see last way. We do have the Resend coming his way. But he has a full stack Neko as well as a Nightmare. So should be doing decent. We do have Widderson also dealing with the 60 Resend here, but does have a very good front line to give time for both his Gate Guard and Trinity Archer to hold his lane. The Zeus is under a lot of pressure here and looks like a leak. It looks like a leak on Booboy. And we have on Penny returning the one Roku remaining should be held by the full stack Neko. We do have here the leak from Booboy as expected, not being able to protect the Zeus enough. So we do have after that, the 10 workers from Penny, not 8 workers from Julian, knowing that he's quite weak on wave 7. Will prepare with a canopy. Will also be very good on wave 8 as a tank for his Sky Queen. But Widderson still saving. So this might speak some trouble for him on the next wave. But Julian keeping through to the strategy here to counter the long save from Widderson is to go for income. And even though he goes for income, Booboy never goes for heavy workers. So now Booboy will push, but he was behind the others, not greeting as much workers. And that might be partially because Widderson was very low, very low value, 90 value under the one recommended for wave 7 normally. But only Booboy receiving a send here should still be holding here. Or would it? It looks like there's 3 sludges remaining. There's still a Zeus, there's still a Daphne. That's a lot of damage. There's 1 sludge remaining. The rest are little blobs, and so it will result into a hold here from Booboy. 11 workers on Booboy, 11 workers on Widderson. Now let's see how Penny and Julian are able to hold that income from all parties except Widderson going for the break, possibly. The most send makes sense. But Julian is able to prepare a bunk. It will be the bunk, and he needs those to be surfing. He needs to expect the mold here. He needs to expect the mold. It's a classic sand on wave 8. And even though it's not a perfect damage, you still need more damage. You don't, unless he wants just to favor the Sky Queen. That could be another possibility. But not having magic damage to kill the mole can hurt him quite a lot. So we'll see how this does. The bunk is already down. This Devilfish are tanking and killing the mole. Okay, so that means it should be a hold that we see from Julian. Because the canopy will buy enough time for the Sky Queen to kill most of the stuff, because before reaching, the canopy took 0 damage prior to that. Do have the cat here from Penny, doing pretty decently, but cat on 8 should be leaking the cannoneer. It will be indeed a leak on the cat. And that was with a double as well. Wow, okay, that was a lot of pierce damage and still leaking with 8. At least Penny knows that he's quite safe on both 9 and 10 now because of that fact. So he only needs to focus on wave 11, which should be the next point of attention for every single player in this game. We do have the Daphne, we do have the Elite Archer, but we do have also the bunks, so it might be income King Ups on wave 11, but we do have the King Ups here from Julian already. But the biggest thing is that Julian was under pressure by Widderson by getting long saved out. he was able to fend off that by income sending a lot. We do have the after income. Wait, that's an after income send from Penny here, trying to catch Widderson shifting or something. He was indeed shifting, so that might be the correct move here. The only DPS of value is that Elite Archer. Yes, there is the Gate Guard, but unupgraded Gate Guard is not the best, especially against a mole. And looks like the bunk is going down, and everything is crumbling for Widderson, and the risky shift from Widderson, cost him massively here by the send of Penny. Penny at 15 workers making those work right now. We do have Widderson and Puboy going for a longer save. They will go for with 11. Probably income king ups as we discussed to take Venture. And that's a pretty common play. And let's see if Penny and Julian are able to catch that. Since there's no aggressive spells, that's probably also the play since there's Dark Ritual on the board. One decision that Penny and Julian could do is to go for Dark Ritual Region, also on Wave 11, income, follow the income, but push more workers more rapidly to try and catch them on a later wave. But let's see, Penny would want to possibly end the game on Wave 14. Is that possible looking at the enemy team? And I would say that, yes, I think 14 looks pretty promising. Yes, there will be the Trinity Archer, but... And having this, when you have this Haven shown on 10, you know that the opponent wants to go for Venture. So now the ping's coming in, so that means that they realized, okay, that might be a Venture. So this means that they need to expect something like a income king up from both Widderson and Booboy. So income coming from Booboy. And Widderson. Widderson is going for the break. Widderson is going for the break, but Booboy is going for income. So Julian is going for the Dark Ritual. Getting the Haven. And we do have also income on Penny and Julian, probably paired with some region. No, Penny going for the villain. That's a very nice decision also on the level, way more valuable than the gold you can get. It is such a long-term benefit to have this double with villain. Increases the damage so much. Sadly, it doesn't have region, but it is an increase of damage nonetheless. So the full income here will be enough to hold, especially with the Harden here. Haven will be also, it will be a bit closer for Julian, but it's only a 4i plus some little income, should be fine. The only Avenger is in a weird spot, let's say, for Julian. Not a fan of the placement here, but it does allow him to buy a lot of time for the Haven and also partially tank at first, and then fully tank against the 4i that will be dealt with or not. The 4i is going through here. The Sky Queen refusing to attack the 4i here. There's a 4i plus 2 Quill Shooters leaking for Julian here. And now we have the high push, but both Widderson and Booboy did go for Venture here and realized that the income king-ups were coming, meaning that they will be in a gold advantage, massive gold advantage, I add, in the mid game. So now what do they do with that gold? Do they push workers? Do they decide to long save onto the double? I mean, if they can hold 14, then they win on 15 pretty much, because there's nothing shown on Penny that can be pretty good on 15. Same as Julian. But looking at the rows, what are the options? We only have the Fire Lord for Penny, but Julian, 0 magic damage for 15. So Widderson and Booboy will try to finish the game on wave 15, while Penny and Julian will need to make something happen before that. They need to realize that they are pretty weak on 15, so they have two choices now. Either they go here, despite seeing the 2 Elite Archer and the possibility of Venture. I mean, with Widderson going Haven, you need to assume it's a Venture, right? So 13 probably not the right move here. Then you're probably looking at something. No, I think the only option you have is to match. You need to match on 15. Yes, you don't have the best defense there, but you need to have faith into this Fire Lord. And Julian is going to prepare as much arcane defense as he can for wave 15 with those canopies as well as 14. And Penny is sitting at 310. Oh, that's quite a lot. Okay, the cat, not a fan of the cat because he's lacking damage. He's just lacking damage on 15. And he needs to be the one covering 15, but he's gonna full build here. So Widderson and Boo clear plan on their head, in their head, is to go for the wave 15 set. But look at the values there. Even with Venture, where did the gold go? Like, they are still just on value. Like Penny and Julian has a chance to win the race on 15. Everybody will be pretty low value, but here comes the Starcutter Circle from Widderson. This is a lot of damage if you're the correct frontline. And he has one of the best frontline for 15, which is the Gargoyle. You might be surprised by me saying that, but it just tanks 2 shots for 40 gold on the boss. So that's the boss wasting 2 shots to kill a Gargoyle. So that's still very good for him. Very good tank. Now it's just a question of if it is enough time to give those Starcutter and Disciple time to shoot out their damage. We have Boo sending a single snail, and the match is coming. So everybody is going to send on wave 15 here. And the workers are equal, so the sends will be equal. Sends will be equal, but the values are in favor of Widderson and Boo but not by a lot. That is the most important thing. The composition does favor Widderson and Boo for 15. And Penny and Julian realize that. They go for income and king ups. They want to finish the king. So they realize they won't receive income. They realize that they will receive... okay, that double 4 here on Widderson. They want to go for the kill here. They realize that the boss probably not getting killed on the side of Julian. It's a lot of canopy. They read the situation correctly. They will go for polywalk spam as well. We do have the Fire Lord to tank some shot at the beginning. Which is quite interesting, because that Phoenix is not taking anything up at the end. Oh, and that's a second Fire Lord. So everybody... Oh, whoa. There's even King Ups on the other side. From Widderson and Boo expecting a full send here. But no, it's only income. So does that change anything here in the capabilities of Julian to hold? That's 80 sand. What can you do with 80 at the front line? We do have a lot of wasted shot here onto the Seraphins, but it will be a leak with the 2 4-eyes onto the king. And on Penny's side, the boss is dead. The boss is dead, and so there's only one boss to take care of in the middle, and so they will survive. But Widderson leaking to the only income, as well as Boo. I mean, that's a decent trade. I won't say that. I don't want to say that is a good trade because they will take a lot of king damage of that, just because of 4-eyes. But it is not enough to kill them, and they went for income. And they still get king damage. And they have regen. The other side does not have regen yet, so they need to commit some Mythium to that, if they choose so. But it's still 40% health remaining on the side of Penny and Julian, while there is 72% on Widderson and Boo. So that turns out to be a very interesting one. Both teams looking... I mean, Widderson looking pretty strong on 17. They are full preparing 17 here. We do have Penny pushing, but Julian not pushing. Julian is not pushing. We do have a full push here from Widderson and Boo. They want to end on 17. They go for a full push into 17 send. They realize Penny is pretty weak here on 17. But the fact that Julian does not push and has decent frontline with good DPS behind might be the difference maker here. So they need to realize it's a race here. They need to realize, yes, they built a bunk here, but it is still possible for them to push. And they need to assess the value of Widderson. The value of Widderson is the most crucial part here. Yes, there's the Starcutter Circle, but the split is killing it. The split is killing it. So that is a great note to take from Penny here. and they need to send here. Julian and Penny needs to send here. They need to not take any chances here and just accept the fact that the send might come here. And they do not send. They do not expect the send to come here. And Widderson and Boy will go for the undercut here. They are trying for the undercut. Penny and Julian giving too much credit, I do presume, to those havens from Boy, as well as a single haven from Widderson. The high push from Widderson. This is a full push. This is a full commitment. They need to kill them here. And so let's see how the values are at right now. We do have Julian still pretty close to value. And Penny, very far under. He does have the Surprise Haven. He does have the Hardened Golems. So this might not be a successful undercut from Widderson and Buboy. And Penny and Julian need to realize with the size of the send that this was a heavy push from both Buboy and Widderson. And they need to control their push. Yes, Penny is strong next wave, but he has the Hardened Munman. He must not push. He needs to cover Julian next wave. Julian will probably cover this wave here. But the next wave is Penny's responsibility. He does push. Penny is pushing. He does not assess decision flawlessly, but still doing pretty good. Wait, this is a clear here from Penny. Penny is clearing with suboptimal units on that wave. Or does he? It is very close to a hold, but it is not. But it is not lethal. It is not lethal. That is the most important part here. Because we do have here only a 4-eye and some creeps. Some creeps here. Yes, there's a lot of mercenaries here, but the king is full. It has passed from 40% to 50%. It will be enough to hold here on wave 17 despite the double 4-eye, and Julian and Penny have a chance here to break the opponent. But Widderson and Buboy can try for a reason here. They do not. They are confident that the Zeus and the steeds from Buboy will be enough. And I must say that looking at the send from Julian, I have to agree he has a chance. Not going for the Kraken, not realizing he does not need the Shaman here, and just that will be so much burst damage onto the wave, and there will be no way left to buff for the Shaman. And same goes for Penny, like 2 Shamans. I mean, maybe on this side maybe makes a bit more sense, but with all those burst damage, I don't think it's the right choice. They need frontline. And Widderson going for income here. Yes, they are very far under, especially Widderson. But it's still a lot of damage, and the wave is the damage. The wave is the damage. I repeat. And it's just some of the wave will be melted here, but it is enough to overwhelm here. The Shaman DPS increase of those wave is enough to break through Widderson. What about Buboy? It is also enough to break through, but is it enough to kill them? That's the other question. Just imagine this being Kraken Siege or something like that. That could have been very massive for Penny and Julian, but now I just don't think they kill it. They kill them. I just don't think they killed them. I just there's no the Shaman is good to buff, but not good to do DPS to the king. And so there's a full damage king, full AoE, full damage, but it looks like it is enough in the end here. Only one wave creep remaining, and Penny and Julian do take it, but I do think that Sen on 18 could have been more solid for them and could have been a more decisive win on wave 18 than it was. This was a close one. Only one creep of the wave remaining. Could have been very close to a hold here. But yeah, the lack of regen in the early game really hurt Widderson and Buboy in the trade on wave 15. Wave 15 was a great turnaround for Penny and Julian, not taking venture but still being able to long save and keeping the same value on both sides was crucial for them. And I mean, the decision to go full canopies, I still don't understand this positioning of the early adventure from Julian. I almost threw the game just because of that positioning, I must say. But I will. In the end, didn't really matter that much. I think he could have done better on certain ways. Like wave 11 could have been a hold if this is behind instead of in front. But I mean, at this point in small details, good assessment from Penny and Julian to go for income sense when they realize they're gonna get big sense and they're not confident they go for a race here. And so this allowed them to have a little bit more income than the opponent, and so they were a bit safer on 17. Yes, it's not a hold, but that's because Widderson did decide to full push here to try and go for a win. Almost worked, but Julian with the right decision to not push a single worker and wait for the sand to come to try and go for a long save to wave 18. And I must say that Penny, if he does not push, he is in the position to carry this and not leak this wave 17. Yes, then he doesn't have as much to send to Widderson, uh, but as I said, if you just go frontline onto that, the wave is well capable enough to deal with all of that. So yeah, so that's the deal. Probably only one Shaman on Penny with Kraken and then spam if he wants. So that's a 720 plus 140 small things. Don't think you need the mold. The mold doesn't contribute to anything here. So you replace the mold and all those snails. So that's just full DTs. Just go full DTs here. You do way better. So you do Shaman, Kraken, full DTs, and you do way better against what Widderson has. And on Boo Boy, you go Kraken, Kraken, and then Kraken Centaur. Kraken Centaur is very good because the threat here are not the Zeus, they are the Steeds. The Steeds are what giving so much damage to the Zeus. So Kraken, Centaur, Snell. I don't know about the Snell to be honest. I'm not confident because then you push the Kraken out. But I'm still confident that Kraken Centaur could have done better against Booboy here. I mean, it's open to suggestion, but I do think that here you just delay and you let the wave do the damage to those Haven. You kill the steed with the AoE of the Centaur, and you already are in a better position against that. So on that, I'm gonna say thank you for watching and see you next time.